Hi, I'm Alex from Livable Consulting. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In many of my videos, you're going to hear me refer to People First HR. People First HR is the framework that I use in my consulting practice. It's also the lens, if you will, that I use when I'm evaluating workplaces, workplace systems, and practices. So if you're interested in practical, real-world HR guidance, please make sure that you give me a follow, that you like the video, and you share your perspective in the comments below. Let's get into it. Pillar 1, we talked about livable wage and transparent pay. In the last video, we covered part of Pillar 1, which is a livable wage, and today we're going to be focusing on transparent pay. Now, in a people-first business, pay should be clear, consistent, and understood by all. Fairness should be built into systems, not at the discretion of a manager. And compensation should never, ever have to depend on negotiation. Here's what that will actually look like in a real workplace. Here, two employees in the same role, producing with the same results and having the same performance, yet their pay doesn't match. This could be for many different reasons, right? So the offer that they accepted at the time of hire, the market rate possibly at the time of hire, or whether or not they advocated for themselves and negotiated for a different rate of pay. But in a people-first business, pay is structured so that everyone knows what the salary bands are, what the pay ranges are, what the criteria is for a certain rate of pay, and how progression works in order to move forward. People understand where they stand and how they're able to move forward. Now, principle 2 is fairness is built into the system. Here's the reality in many organizations. Pay increases are based on the manager. One manager will push for raises for the employees, another one will kind of play it safe, and they don't really necessarily feel comfortable advocating for themselves for a raise of pay. So how would we expect that they would do it for others? One is strict, the other one's generous. So you've got two employees, again, doing the same work, same role, but they have different outcomes depending on their manager. Not because of their employee, but because of the system. In this case, they're managers, and they leave too much room for variation. So in a people-first business, fairness is built in the system through shared criteria, consistent expectations, and cross-team reviews. So what happens in one team will happen in another team, regardless of who the manager is. If someone is paid different, there will be a clear, documented reason for it. Principle 3, pay should not depend on negotiation. Here's what this often looks like. Two people in the same role, they end up with different pay simply because one is able to negotiate harder than the other. But negotiation isn't neutral. Men are often expected to negotiate. They're considered to be sharp, right? Sharks, and advocating for themselves, while women, especially women of color, are judged negatively for negotiation. And culturally, not everyone is raised or socialized to negotiate in the same manner. These differences will definitely show up in work, and they will definitely affect their pay. Now, in a people-first HR business, compensation is anchored strictly to the role and to the range, not who is able to negotiate the loudest. And decisions are really checked for consistency, and expectations are explained. So, pay transparency means sharing the entire full picture, clearly, openly, and without guesswork. Because when people don't understand pay, they don't trust. They don't trust how performance is evaluated, how raises are decided, or how growth is actually capable of happening. And once that trust breaks, the system still functions, but people stop expecting fairness from that system. Now, in the next video, we'll move on to the second pillar, which is clear training and real opportunity. Follow me, share your perspective in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.